Totally appreciate you guys. Hey, watch it, Nuntus. That's not cool, bro. I know you all love me for my long flowing locks. So, I think we're up and running now. Is that right, everyone? Awesome, awesome. Oh, that's good to hear. All right, guys. So basically, I thought I would do a quick video, and I figured I'd try this live thing out just to see how it works. What I really want to do, as it says in the title, is run through a couple of things that I've got coming up, especially, yeah, Frank, I got those locks, buddy. As I was saying, sorry, I wanted to run through some things that are coming up, especially I've got an interview coming up with Rick from the Home Distillers Association, and I'm thinking that it would be really cool to get your input and see if there's anything in particular that you guys want to ask him. I can have a quick chat about what I'm going to ask him and those sort of things too. But just while, especially seeing as we had all that debacle at the beginning, I figured I'd run through a few things first, basically to stall for time, but give you guys some overview of what's happening with the channel. If you guys have any input, feel free to yell out, give me suggestions. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing too much with this live view thing, as you guys are very well aware now if you've been around for the last 10 minutes or so, or hour. But first of all, thanks for being here, guys, and what's coming up on the channel. I apologize for the crappy video last week, and I apologize that I had to cut it in half. So tomorrow, I promise you I'll be putting out the rest of that blending video. That is going out tomorrow morning as per normal. I didn't have a bonus video this week. I've actually been away on holiday. It's absolutely awesome. Went down to Havelock in the South Island. Unfortunately, I came back sick as well. So right now I'm actually sick from work, and I am actually feeling pretty crappy, believe it or not, but not too sick to be here with you guys. Work may have a different opinion on that, but it is what it is. That video is coming out tomorrow anyway. I also have, seeing as I've got that neutral kicking around now, I've got some other videos coming out soon. The first infusion I've done is a limoncello, which is very popular, I must admit. How's it going, James? Thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. And thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it as well, man. Thanks for the feedback before as well, Nuntus. I've got no idea if it's Nuntus or Nuntius or... I don't know, dude. I've never had to actually pronounce people's names before. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I've got no idea where I got this, guys. That label is actually... it is what's in the bottle. But this I got from English Hill Distillery, the bottle itself, and I expect to be doing some videos sometime in the future with him as well. I'm thinking what I would like to do is start finding some good commercial examples, and I know the word commercial is a dirty word in home distilling, but when I say commercial, I mean kick-ass craft distillers who make a really cool product that I can get hold of a bottle of, taste it, and then try and recreate something similar to it. So you guys can sort of come along for the journey, and God, I hate that word. So reality TV. Anyway, so you guys can help me sort of figure out how to, you know, create something that's a really high quality as well. Set a specific example. Anyway, so I'm guessing perhaps English Hill may be able to set the bar for some of those things. I've also got another infusion going on. This is the Teddy Sad FFV with a bit of oak in it. It's been in there for a bit over a week now, and I have a video coming out on that too, because that, I gotta say, it's starting to get really tasty. I know the idea of flavoring a vodka may be a bit weird to some of you guys, but I tell you what, with the FFV, for me, I think it works pretty well. What else have we got coming out? I've also got, I actually recorded a video with, you'll see Javi in the comment section there, not Javi. Yeah, you'll get the joke soon. He helped me do a, yes, English Hill, I do have, I always want to call you English. It's not English, is it? I do have a microwave. That may be how this was done nice and quick. But yeah, Harvey helped me out a little while ago too to help me do a blind tasting. I blinded myself and did a triangle test with the FFV going up against an Absolute vodka. So that was pretty interesting as well. That's coming out soon. So those are the things that I've got in the works now, and those are what's coming up. I have just got some news relatively recently that is going to change my available time. Yeah, dude. Yep, that's exactly where it came from. That's exactly where it came from, Andrew. Yeah, I did some forum stalking to get that microwave limoncello recipe, and it's awesome, dude. I love it. I think mine's a little bit sweet, but anyway, that'll come out in the vodka. Come out in the video later on. Anyway, sorry, as I was saying, I've just got some news recently that basically means there's really big changes coming up for me in the future. I don't know what's going to happen, and it may mean that I've got more time to spend on Stillet. It may mean that I have no time to spend on Stillet for a little while. So the videos that I've just mentioned, I've totally committed to. I'll get those out. After that, I'm going to have to do some reassessing and kind of see what I can fit in, which is a little bit sad. I don't want to let it go completely because I think this is kind of cool. It seems like you guys dig it as well. At least there's some people out there that dig it. But anyway, I'll get back to you on that. Right, so now that we've got a few people here. Oh, sorry, let's catch up on the comments. Oh, yep. Thanks, dude. You got me covered. Hey, James. How's it going, man? And thanks English, for sorting that out. All right, so in about a week, I've got an interview coming up with Rick from the HDA, and if you're not sure who that is, it's the Home Distillers Association in America, and as far as I can tell, it's pretty much the only organization that's really pushing for legalization of home distilling in America, and I think that's pretty cool. Even though I'm in New Zealand, I think that's awesome. I think that if it is legalized in America, I think that's going to flow on to everyone else. I've actually got 2 videos up sort of on the topic, and I mention why I'm invested personally in legalization in America. I have a list of questions that I want to ask him, but if you guys have anything that you want to know, if you want to know what's going on, how it works, so on and so forth, anything in particular you want to ask him, feel free to drop a comment now, and I'll go back and check them afterwards, or feel free to comment on the video when this goes up. Get in touch with me anywhere. I'm just going to consolidate all of the questions together and go through it with him. I'm not going to do that live because, as you can tell, I kind of suck at this stuff. I'm not used to it yet, and I'll just get too distracted. But I may do interviews like that live in the future as well. Anyway, guys, if you've got any questions, let me know. I'll just have a quick look at the comments. Oh, awesome, James. Yeah, dude. Honestly, Barley and Hops was one of the video channels that I was looking at too when I first started. It did disappear for a while, but it's cool that it's all back up and running. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, let me pull up these questions. Sorry, guys. If you have any requests too on videos that you want me to do in particular, I'm more than happy to do that. As you know, guys, I'm kind of wanting to make this viewer driven and let you guys sort of drive what I'm doing. All right, so basically, in summary, I want to kind of get Rick to introduce himself both personally and also introduce the HDA and explain how they've got to where they are, what they've done in the past, and what they're planning on doing in the future. including in that with the accomplishments that they have made so far. And I think a really key part of this is the arguments for why distilling should be legal, and then the arguments against, and who the supporters of either side of those, or the vocal supporters, I guess, are of either side of it. I don't understand lobbying at all. That's totally an American thing as far as I'm concerned, so I want to know more about that, because I know I've heard he has explained to me that that is a key part of it, so we need to know that as well. Also, I don't really understand what the story is with some states have legalized distilling, even though it's still a federal offense. I don't understand exactly how that works and how it affects this whole process of trying to legalize distilling, so I think that's really fascinating. If you are from America, chime in with that and let me know how you understand it, because yeah, it seems kind of complex. And I think the last really main important thing is that from the people I've talked to, they don't really know how to get in contact with the HDA. They don't know how to keep up with what's going on, and basically the only communication they hear from them is when something really, the only communication they hear from is kind of you know, the occasional post on Reddit or something. So there's got to be a better way of people sort of staying tapped in and creating a bit of a vocal following where people can really get behind it and sort of spread the word. So we want to talk about that as well. Anyway, what have you got there, James? All right, dude. Yeah, you're starting to get into the weeds with distilling questions, man. Yeah, Frank, that's kind of how I understood it as well. Kind of like weed, right? Yeah, just like you said. Yeah, that was how I understood it as well, and I just don't understand what the written laws are and what the unwritten laws are, and the likelihood of different things happening. So yeah, dude. Yeah, I'd be pretty keen to hear that from Rick and see whether he thinks that's helping the cause or kind of almost hurting the cause. Yeah, dude. Yep. Hey, French Connection. Yeah, dude. I think that is a big part of it, and I guess that taps into what we were saying earlier about who's backing it and who is trying to block it, and what reasons they have for doing that. Yeah. Which kind of I hear you, English, and I guess my question is, why have a local law if the federal law trumps it anyway? So yeah, these are all kind of things that I'm hoping Rick can give more of an authoritative answer to, and if he can't specifically, I'm hoping he'll know people that can, and then we can start reaching out to them as well. I just think it's kind of important that we put something out there, whether it be video or blog posts or whatever, something where people can start interacting through and kind of spread the message, for want of a better word that's not cheesy and horrible. Yeah, man. I mean, I totally. yeah, I kind of thought that was a joke too, Matt, and then I backed off. I wasn't quite sure, but knowing him, I'm sure it was intentional. Yeah, I totally think that there is an opportunity here to create a really cool little industry that can not be a little industry. If I mean, I think the poster child for all this sort of thing is home brewing in America, right? Like, they legalized home brewing, suddenly people started doing it, and then before you know, they figure well, let's not go pro. They go pro, and dude, look at San Diego now, look at San Francisco, look at Portland, the amount of money that's being brought into those areas through home brewing, the industries around it, the industries that support it. Yeah, it's bonkers. And why can't we do that with distilling? I mean, I know there's arguments against it, evil tax and all that, if you want to go there. Yeah, dude. Yeah, James, that's kind of my point, man. And I honestly think it's starting to happen, even though even though there's these restrictions on it. And I'm excited for New Zealand, man. Like we're allowed to home distill here, so I would really love New Zealand to be the poster child for this, to be the ones leading the world in it. And yet there are people doing really cool things. Some of them are in the chat right now. But I think it could be pushed more, and tax is a problem. Government and legislation sort of taking the cuffs off a little bit in New Zealand would be awesome too. So yeah, I don't know, man. I really want to know what's out there, who's doing what. I'm new to all this. I don't know, but I'm sure that you guys can help me out. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, I've been here for 15 minutes already, and I think that's a little bit too long. Yeah, dude, chasing the dream. Yep, yeah, I get you on that one, Inglis. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? And I think the perceptions people have that aren't involved in distilling is kind of, I don't know, it's a big thing, and especially the perceptions that people have of the, how do I put this nicely? The old stereotypes of distilling that are still floating around and still being pushed by, certain TV channels and things like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, thanks a bunch for being here, guys. Hey, dude. How's it going, man? Sorry I didn't see your comment until just now. Thanks for being here, man. It's cool to see you. I honestly didn't think anyone was trying to kind of show up. And after all the trouble I had at the beginning with the fake, let's just call it fake news, I guess. That seems appropriate. With the fake crap that I went on before with no video, no audio. Yeah, so thanks for coming back, guys. Maybe we'll make this a regular thing, especially when I need feedback from you. Ideas that you guys have for the channel, ideas that you guys have for the... You're a dick, but I love you. Yeah, especially if you guys have got feedback for me, for the industry, anything like that. Anyway, thanks a bunch, guys. Appreciate it. I'll jump in the comments for a little bit after I go offline, and I'll see you I'll see you tomorrow with the real video. Thanks, guys. See ya.